3 cups flour, a bunch of ginger, packet of yeast, big clump of sugar with a little bit of free floating sugar, that's some salt, and some red pepper flakes, tablespoon ginger, teaspoon red pepper, teaspoon salt, quarter cup sugar, something like that. This is going to be some spicy lemon ginger hamburger buns. Mix up these dry ingredients, give it some oil, give it some lemon juice, give it some water, and just knead it in the bag for 10-15 minutes. Alright, 15 minutes of kneading. Stop sticking to the bag after like 5 minutes. Fairly wet dough, but when I do the final dividing, I'll be flouring it. Let this sit for 2 hours. Seasonings for the tuna burger. This will be some chili powder, some paprika. This should be cilantro, but instead it's parsley. It's still green, close enough. Now, I didn't use much parsley just because it is such a bad thing. Really not for it. Favorite. Some salt. There we go. Some garlics. This is older garlics. Do it this way. Let's touch more. Some red pepper, crushed red pepper. It's got that on it. I didn't bother taking that off. Usually I take that off just so I can pour it rather than shaking it. Giving it a shake. So I mean, it looks like I was putting in a lot, but really, not too much. And then for the surprise ingredient, lemon juice. Maybe a touch more. So this is going to be like a Baja citrus tuna burger. I'm gonna mix all this up. One can. Get as much water out as possible. Two can. And 3 cows. This is tuna. Tuna for me, water for the critters. Critters like it. 3 cans of tuna added to the spices. 1 egg. Two egg. Those are small cans of tuna. 3 egg. I had 9 eggs, so this is going to work out fine. So I'm going to mix this up and probably give it some flour, see how it goes. So it's a little too wet. I figured 3 eggs is a lot of moisture. So giving it some flour. The eggs are a binder, and this flour will be a binder as well. It'll thicken it up and be a binder. That looks good. Maybe like a 1/4 cup. 1 can pineapple chunks. Pineapple for me. And juice for the critters. And 2 cans pineapple. So these critters don't like alcohol, but they like other things to drink. So if I start spiking these juices, that'll get them there. Two cans of pineapple. Then a fresh, full ripe jalapeno. With the seeds in it. Giving it a dicing. So this would be a good jalapeno flower, cut into nice little 8 petals. Dip this in the batter and then fry it. But I'm just dicing it, kind of with minimal. I don't like washing my hands, and these jalapenos are painful, I will admit. They burn the skin. They don't burn my hands, but they burn everything else. And it's not a insane burn, but it's like, yeah, I might as well just avoid it.
Welcome back, everybody, to today's issues on the American Family Radio Network. Thanks for listening to Dave and Ron. I found a Breitbart story on my brother, channel reporter, that the last
I'm going to give it 1 more jalapeno. Dice up 1 onion, add that. And put in 6 eggs. And then a little salt. Looking good, looking good. Oh, I gave it a little bit of pepper, black pepper. So I'm going to shake this up to kind of mix it all together. Fry up the tuna. not happy yet, but that's because he hasn't tasted it. I'm shooting for 6 tuna patties and then 6 egg patties. So it'll be a double burger, 1 tuna, 1 egg. It's been about 2 hours or so. So that's some corn flour. I'm gonna do this on corn flour. Kind of work it, touch. Those gluten chains have rested. Now they don't want to get up off the side of the bag. So it's easier working with oil than with flour, but flour's cleaner for storage, you know, like an oily bun after a few days. It's just kind of sticky, but a floured bun, not so much. Mainly it's weight. Get the belly to go down. Give the bag a nice little inversion. Look, it's window painting. No. But now I can reuse this bag. You know, I've never put my hands inside this bag. So it's pretty much uncontaminated. And this would be kind of like a little bit of a sourdough starter. Those little scraps. Flour up my hands.
I'm talking about not just the New York Times, I'm talking about the media in general. They tried so hard to make these tariffs stick in a negative way on Donald Trump. But they literally have to make up stuff to get even the made up stuff to stick, and it even doesn't end. And they've been saying for months now that the trade war is hurting American consumers, prices are skyrocketing. But then you look at the prices and the inflation rate, it's not going up above normal. Right. It's like 1 or 2%. What is this that Lawrence O'Donnell got? Oh, that's the second thing that the media.
So I got a nice little crust of flour on it now.
Well, there are. Right now.
And this is the hard part.
And one of their stars.
So I'm gonna make 6. And I'm used to cutting it in half, you know. Cutting it into thirds is a bit trickier.
This single source close to Deutsche Bank has told me that the Donald Trump's loan documents there show that he has co-signers. That's how he was able to obtain those loans. And that the co-signers are Russian oligarchs. But, really? That would explain, it seems to me, every kind word Donald Trump has ever said about Russia and Vladimir Putin is true. And I stress it is true. And immediately after that, it was. Okay. Immediately after that, a dozen liberal outlets.
It's not too bad. This one's a little bit bigger. That happens.
Last night, he opened his own show with this. Last night on the show, I discussed information.
This is the easy part. Cutting them in half.
President's finances and loan documents with Deutsche Bank, saying, if true, as I I discussed the information was simply not good enough. I did not go through the rigorous
So the inside of the dough is still gooey and wet.
MSNBC
You know, it would stick, you know, but it's just got a little crust of the corn flour on the outside, which makes it doable. So I got 6 little guys. This one's the tiniest, this one's the biggest, so I'm going to give it a little bit of that. And that's good enough. So just kind of folding it in to the bottom. And it's still pretty wet, so it just pinches together. I don't know if that's going to show up. I'm just going to roll it. Put it face down, pinch part down. Same thing for this one. Kind of patted off the excess cornmeal so it doesn't make a... And keeping it moving. If this were to sit on my hand for too long, for just, you know, a few seconds, it would start sticking to my hand. But keeping it moving, it won't really stick. Moister dough seems to get fluffier, bigger air pockets and all that. And I did a 15-minute knead. You know, a 5-minute knead, and my knead is just pinching it. I pinch it this way in the bag, then I pinch it this way. So just going like this, you know, that's how I knead it in the plastic bag. Shaking off the excess flour. That kneading is what gives you the chew in the bread. That forms the gluten chains, which, what do you call it? Makes the bread chewy. You know, this was a 15-minute knead, but you can knead it for 40 minutes if you want, you know. But you pretty much need an electric kneader, bread mixer, or whatever, dough hook thing to do that, because that would just be insane. 40 minutes of kneading by hand. And this will be good enough, you know. Granted, it would be a, you know, better, you know, chewier. These are hamburger buns, so a chewier hamburger bun would be better. But oh well, you know, I'm not gonna mix for 40 minutes. And when I get the, you know, once I'm actually set up in the house proper, I'll get a bread kneader, just because it's a lot nicer making fresh bread than going to the store. You know, when the store's far away, bread's not expensive, but it's just a hassle, you know, going to the store. So this is a lot more convenient, you know. Like, I can't just get 4 loaves of bread, stock up on bread, because it'll go bad, you know. They'll go stale or moldy or something. You know, I haven't had any go moldy yet, but they will, you know, if I stock up. So this is just kind of, when I go to the store, I get some store-bought bread, but in between then, just make my own. So I got bread in the meantime. And bread's
Just a little bit of breaking news. This happened right about the time we started today's issue at 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. A 6.3 earthquake was recorded just off the coast of Oregon, Central Oregon.
Ooh, 6.3 earthquake in Oregon.
But I wonder if you have something in the ocean.
Looks like, you know, in Seattle they talk about earthquakes. But it's fairly stable, you know. The only earthquakes you get there are pretty small. But yeah, the 7, the 2 or 3, like 6, 8, 7, 1 or whatever earthquakes in California. That was maybe, I don't know, a few weeks ago, a month ago. Now we got a 6.3 in Oregon. Looks like it's working its way up to someplace. And it's really not dirty doing it that way. You know, I got a little bit right here and there, but that's pretty clean. Yeah, so the kneading gets it chewy, and having it moist, it'll get a moist dough will give it you know, it'll have the ability to expand. I'm gonna put those in here, put in that last bit of the flour in here, and then let them rest in here. You know, they're not perfect, evenly sized, but oh well. Then they're gonna rest in here for, I don't know, 40 minutes, an hour or so while I cook my patties. These patties are incredible. Very nice taste. This is the last one right here. So it makes 6, which is nice. Give it a spoon of the good stuff. Pineapple. Full ripe jalapeno. Onion. Give it some egg batter. And at least to do that. Gonna let that cook for a little bit. Kind of fill in that leak. And I'll give it a touch more batter. Pulling the shaper off after it sets for a while. A few minutes. Gotta use the blowtorch on this. You know, the wood's dying down below. And they're just so thick. These are very hard to keep in good shape. You know, putting them in a Ziploc baggie for, you know, the last, I don't know, day or two. It'll take me. Probably gonna break apart. Never know. I'm gonna give that a flip. Tricky process. Wrapping up my egg patties. It's had about 40 minutes to rise. Sun's clear of the trees now. Put it in here to do some baking. It just cleared the trees, the sun was close to 200. Got some pizza topping beans going. They did a nice boil yesterday. I was going to leave them in there, the pizza topping beans in there for a few days. Let them just cook and cook and cook. And then you know, those beans will get nice and soft and all that jazz. And then when I'm done eating my tuna burgers in a few days, I'll start on the beans. Can of beans, pizza topping beans with some ramen or some pasta. You get your protein, carbs, fiber all in one. Yeah, wrap this up. It's a nice black sludge, dark sludge. It's a burnt sweet chili flavor. So I'm still making it. So I got some apple juice. brand new, no headrooms. I need to make headroom for some foam when I give it some yeasts. I got some goji berries and 3 jalapenos. So I'm going to dice these up, put these in, and then give it some apple juice to top it off. This is just so it can dry, coffee filter. Cut the gojis in half. They got a bunch of little berries, or little seeds. And slice the jalapenos. Cut them with scissors. So this is the last bit of this crushed red pepper. I got some new stuff. This is a couple years old. Probably got lead in it. I bought it from Big Lots, and at the time their seasonings had lead in them. So this gives it a little extra oomph. That looks good. I gotta carry it out to the solar oven. So, you know, I don't wash things. There's yeasts on these fresh ones. The fresh, look at that, nice and black. Yeasts on those fresh gojis and jalapenos, and they would ferment this. Turn it alcoholic, which could be interesting. Some kind of a spicy alcohol. Spicy chili apple cider. But I'm looking for a eating sauce. So this is some potato starch. It starts from 3 potatoes. I was making some kind of like French fried potato shreds. Put in ramens. And that was a while ago. A month ago maybe or something. So I let it dry out, the starch. I'm gonna mix it with some water. Bread's doing good. It's at 250-ish. This is my jalapeno sauce. Let that bread go for a couple more hours. Actually, I need this on still. Gonna bring this in. So you kind of see the water, excess waters on top. Let's pour that out. So as it aged, so I think they call starch like one of those non-Newtonian fluids, you know, where you hit it real hard or something and it's kind of like, acts like a solid. But otherwise it'll drip. So that was some potato starch. You don't really want to cook the potato starch. You just put it in at the end and mix it in there. So it's already pretty thick from dehydrating down the apple juice. Then giving it the starch will make it a little thicker. It's still pretty thin. I was thinking it'd be all I had was 3 potatoes for making the starch out of. I wasn't gonna buy starch, but it's like nice and black like that from cooking down in the solar oven for 3 months. Yeah, so that looks good. It's not going to get any thicker. I would like it thicker, but it's just going to be a runny sauce. Ginger lemon bun. Lemon ginger bun. Spicy lemon ginger bun. Cut 3 ways. Gave it a little toasting. So that was in the oven. Solar oven. All day. And some jalapeno sauce. It's kind of like a smoky slash burnt sweet chili sauce. The sugars in the apple juice have caramelized. Nice little bit of that. Baja tuna burger. Very nice. We'll give it. So the buns turned out kind of, you know, they're tight in there, so they kind of took different forms. You know, the center one's like an octagon or whatever, hexagon. And then the side ones are kind of ovular. Give it a middle part of the bun. Another bit. Smoky sweet chili. It's kind of like a sweet chili egg patty. The jalapenos, the heat, the pineapple. So it's kind of like a pineapple egg patty, I guess. A spice, you know, sweet. The theme here is sweet and sour. Or not sweet and sour, sweet chili. And a lot of protein. Very nice. Kind of like a Asian style maybe or something. Oceanic maybe. Baja tuna and sweet chili sauce. This is let me see. Baja, the sweet chili Baja tuna burger. There's all kinds of flavor and every little inch of it. Very good. Heat all throughout. It's kind of the jalapenos and pretty much everything, or red peppers, but it's not overpowering. You know, it's like it's a medium high heat. You know, it's not like actual high heat, but it's very messy. So I think I'm gonna get some starch next time I'm in town.